This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
WKBS, Burlington, Philadelphia.
Oh, I'm glad you saved me the trouble of writing this note.
So, you're going and I'm coming.
Yeah, well, I'd like nothing better than to spend the entire evening with you, but I'm afraid my services are needed elsewhere.
Emergency at MON?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm heading over to Miles and Nicole's.
Is there any change over there?
No. But Miles is in a bit of a bind for someone to watch Adam, so he can go visit Nicole in the hospital, and I volunteered.
Well, if you'd like me to come along, I'd be happy to.
No, you stay here and relax, okay? I know you have anything to do.
Yeah. I've got a lot of work that has to be done for tomorrow.
Well, don't you work too hard, okay? And if you can squeeze in a little time to play with your daughter?
Oh, I don't have to squeeze in any time.
Okay, that's probably Mom. Okay, hello.
Hi, neighbor.
What do you want, Emily?
You'll never guess where I'm calling from.
Saudi Arabia.
The living room of my brand new, very own apartment. They just put in the phone today.
And you decided that your first call would be to us. I'm flattered.
Look, I know you felt I was a bit of an imposition as a house guest.
A bit, yes.
Well, even though there are still some finishing touches that I have to take care of here, I decided I'd move in anyway and get out of your hair. You decided? Oh, look, I just hope you're very happy there. Oh, I know I will be. It's really a lovely apartment. And April, you're welcome to come down and visit anytime.
Emily, don't forget what I told you before. Just because you happen to live in this building doesn't mean that I have to consider you a neighbor.
I'm sorry you feel that way, April. But you and I do have more in common than just the same address, don't we?
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way, and by Era, the detergent that cleans your whole wash all by itself.
Hurry, hon. You're late for night school.
Are you sure you can handle this whole mess?
Ah, your new husband's a pro at laundry.
Yeah, well, you'll need a lot to get this clean.
Just some Era.
Ha! Some pro you are. Now, you need powder, spray for grease, and liquid for collars.
Era has ingredients like these. Cleans your whole wash all by itself.
You mean Era cleans more than my powder? Even something like Axle grease?
I'm telling you.
Husbands, do it my way.
You used to trust me.
Bye.
Wives. Era's all I need.
He's right. Even on dirt this tough, when we test Era against powder, Era cleans better all by itself.
Hi, hon. Great job. Pants, collars, really clean. See, you did need all my things.
All I used was Era.
Come on, what about that grease?
It's clean.
Era cleaned all this?
All by itself. I guess you found a new detergent.
I guess you found a new job.
Era cleans it.
All by itself.
Would you put Draper on, please?
No.
Well, isn't he home? I thought for sure he'd be home from the office.
Yes, he's home, but he's working.
April, it really is childish of you to keep him from talking to me.
I told you my husband is busy, and I know he would not appreciate the interruption.
Why don't you let him decide?
Emily, I don't have time to play your games anymore. If you have anything further to say, I'll put Molly on.
Yes, why don't you do that? I'd like to speak with her, too.
Hold on. Molly, are you in there?
Yes, who is it? What is it, Mrs. Scott?
Emily, she wants to talk to you.
Oh, I haven't talked to her all day. Thank you so very much. Hello, darling.
Thanks for not putting me on the phone. I really didn't want to talk to her.
Listen, I won't be back later, okay?
Okay. I'll just lose myself in my work. go take care of little Adam?
Would you do me a favor, please?
Sure.
I would feel a lot better if I knew that you would not talk to Emily while I'm gone.
Of course I won't. You just go over and take care of the baby.
I love you.
I love you.
Gotta go.
Here. Bye.
I want you to tell me exactly what you need for a housewarming present as soon as you figure it out. Yes, I can talk now, Emily. I can talk more freely. I'm alone.
April didn't seem too disappointed that her star boarder had moved out.
No, but then I suppose that's understandable.
Molly, do you think the friction between them is going to be lessened now that I'm not there?
Well, you may be gone, but I can't see how in the world you're going to be forgotten.
I don't intend to be.
Oh, well, that's good, because the Scotts are far from a happy couple these days.
I hate to see Draper troubled.
Your situation isn't the only problem they're trying to cope with. They are very worried about their sister-in-law, Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Oh, really? What's wrong?
Well, she's in the hospital, and she is very sick, from what I gather.
Oh, poor woman. It's no fun being in the hospital, believe me.
In fact, Mrs. Scott just went over to her brother's to take care of the little boy while the doctor goes to see his wife.
She did? That means Draper is all alone?
Yes, he is alone.
I don't know whether it's such a good idea to blast off into space right now. I mean, how far away is that nearest galaxy? How far away was that? I think it was about 7 light years away, wasn't it? And you have to go to bed at 8 o'clock, so how are you going to make it? Huh?
Ah, how's the future astronaut doing?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He's made me his co-pilot on his next mission.
Oh, congratulations. He never lets me be more than navigator.
Well, that's a very responsible position, too.
Listen, the dinner is all ready. Now, all your sister has to do is pop it in the oven for half an hour.
Okay, fine. I probably won't eat till after I get back.
Oh, my friend, Mrs. Goodman, warned me about you, Doctor. She said you take lousy care of yourself for a doctor.
I will try to behave.
I wish I didn't have to leave you right now. But my daughter has her final in that night course she's taking at Monticello U, and her husband is out of town on business. And if I don't stay with their little girl, she'll have to miss it.
That's perfectly okay. April was happy to help out.
Oh, listen, if you want to head off to the hospital right now, I could stay a little while.
No, listen, I do not want your daughter to be late for that exam. It's perfectly okay. April will be here in just a couple of seconds.
Oh, don't forget, Mrs. Goodman said to say hi to your wife for her.
Sure.
You'll do that, okay?
Sure.
And you're to tell her to get well and to get the heck out of that place.
Well, that ought to do a lot of good because Nicole always did pay attention to Mrs. Goodman.
Doctor, do you think Mrs. Kavanaugh will get well?
To tell you the truth, Mrs. Collins, only 2 things that could save her. A miracle and her sister. Good night.
I smell flowers.
New dishwashing liquid.
Oh, fresh. But for that grease, you'll need Dawn.
Wrong. New fresh scent Dawn.
Watch. Half a cup of grease added to dishwater. Dawn breaks up grease, surrounds it, takes grease out of your way, helps keep it from settling back.
Dishes don't feel greasy.
Or my hands.
No flowers, huh?
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
And now, it smells even better.
Beautiful.
Here's a little housewarming gift.
Oh, I'll get the glasses.
Use these.
Puritan oil.
Puritan's part of our diet to fight cholesterol.
And it makes food taste great.
I always use corn oil. Puritan has more polyunsaturates than corn oil. It also looks lighter. It tastes lighter.
You have excellent taste in gifts.
Puritan, a delicious part of your diet to fight cholesterol.
Well, today was really an ideal day for the beach, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think that we got very much of a suntan.
Well, the sooner you put another log on the fire, the happier I'll be. I'm freezing.
Well, that's a good idea. Now, listen, it might be a little bit smoky at first. I doubt that driftwood is dry yet.
So tell me, what would you like for dinner?
Nothing fancy. Porterhouse steak, baked potatoes, sour cream, deep dish apple pie, that's all.
Ah, yes. And in the real world, we have pork and beans or ravioli.
Okay, how about the pork and beans?
Okay. Kelly, I think the food we got is going to only last us a couple of meals, and then I'm afraid it's Starved City.
I heard that seaweed is very good for you.
Kelly, what are we going to do? We have no food. We have no money. I mean, the only reason we have a roof over our head is because we're trespassing on somebody else's property. Excuse me if I'm a little less than relaxed about our situation.
Well, it'll work out, Jody. We'll make it work.
How?
Well, I'm really not much of a beach person. Maybe it's time that we moved on.
And go where?
Well, maybe some city. Or someplace where we can get lost in the crowd where nobody will notice us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I could pick up some work along the way, and we could meet expenses.
And I could probably get a job waitressing.
Sure. Let me see, I'll have to change my name. Maybe I should grow a mustache or beard. Or maybe I'll color my hair. That wouldn't be bad.
Don't you dare do anything to your hair. I love it just the way it is. Color and curl.
I love you just the way you are. Jody, what's the matter?
How could you possibly love a person like me? I'm really a terrible person.
How can you say something like that?
Because it's the truth. Look what I'm doing to my own sister.
Listen, there's no guarantee that an operation is going to help Nicole. Well, the chances of the transplant working are only 1 in 4.
Well, I'll tell you, 1 in 4 is better than none.
Yeah, but she might get well by herself. You told me there's a chance the disease might just disappear.
Look, I don't want to talk about this anymore, okay?
Jody, we have to work this out.
I said I don't want to talk about it ever again.
I may not be gone very long. If Nicole is asleep, I'll just sit with her for a little while, maybe 10 minutes, and come on back.
Have you heard any, recent news on her condition?
Yeah, I talked to Dr. Stewart about an hour ago. She's very weak.
No change in her prognosis, huh?
No. No change at all.
Hey, why don't I take Adam upstairs? Come on, we're gonna take the Star Wars thing and we're gonna go upstairs, huh? Did you ever put that?
Feeling 7-Up, I'm feeling 7-Up. Sharing styles, sharing smiles, feeling 7-Up. 7-Up. It's a crisp, refreshing feeling. Crystal clear and light, clear and America's turning 7-Up. And it sure feels right. Feeling lucky, 7, 7, feeling 7, ever, ever. 7, 7, 7-Up.
Mr. Brett, maybe you ought to choke up on the bat. It might help me.
7-Up, I'm feeling 7-Up.
Sounds like it's time to try Triaminic.
Try a minute.
Triaminic syrup,
the non-prescription liquid cold medicine most recommended by doctors.
Why is it so good?
4 important reasons. 1, triaminic syrup quickly relieves those drippy, stuffy cold miseries most people suffer most often. 2, triaminic has no unnecessary ingredients. It doesn't over-medicate. 3, triaminic is strong enough for adults, yet gentle enough for children. 4, it's pleasant tasting, easy to take.
Sounds like it's time to try Triaminic.
While you may know how well Saran Wrap works in the freezer, you may not know how well it works in the microwave oven. With a piece of ice, we're about to demonstrate how rugged Saran Wrap is. You see, the unique molecular structure of Saran Wrap makes it the perfect wrap for the freezer and the microwave. In fact, Saran Wrap can take the torture of going from freezer to microwave without melting or rupturing like other wraps do. Saran Wrap, the wrap that's tough enough to go from one extreme to the other. Saran Wrap from Dow.
Pull up a chair, America. Sit right down there, America. Swanson's cooking just for you.
When Joe gets hungry, he means it. So he goes for a Swanson Hungry Man dinner. Look at all that meat.
Swanson knows I'm a second helping man.
Come over, Dad. You're not the only hungry man in the family.
From today, Swanson, Hungry Man dinners to satisfy your hearty appetite.
Swanson's cooking just for you.
I'm sorry to sound so pessimistic.
Miles, no one can expect you to be happy under the circumstances.
Well, all the same, I shouldn't come on like a prophet of doom.
Stop apologizing. Look who you're talking to. Come on. I know you better than anyone, and I know you always try to look on the bright side.
Well, there is hope for Nicole. It's a very real hope.
Yes, for having the operation.
All we need to do is just introduce a little healthy bone marrow into her system, have it mature, have it multiply, and she could be completely cured.
All we need is Jody.
Such a damn shame that she's away.
You know, I've thought a lot about it, and I can't understand how she could have refused.
I think it's my fault. I made such a mess of breaking the news to her.
You told her that you needed her to save Nicole's life. What else does she have to know?
Listen, you know what I forgot? That she was not very much more than a kid, and she was terrified. I came on very strong, and she was frightened of the operation.
All right, look, that's not unusual. As soon as she understands
Well,
what...
understanding is the point. See, I should have just sat down with her very calmly and explained the whole thing to her, explained it wasn't dangerous. Actually, I should have gotten Dr. Stewart to talk to her. He could have been much more objective than I.
Miles, look, there is no point in your berating yourself. It's done.
I may have made a fatal miscalculation.
Look, everything you have told me about Jody leads me to believe she's an intelligent young woman. All she needs is some time. She'll be back.
There may not be enough time. If anything happens to Nicole, I have nobody to blame but myself.
Don't you dare say that. I'm not going to listen to you talk like that. Miles, look, things are bad enough.
All right, now the time demerits for me in my bedside manner. I didn't mean to get you upset.
It's not just Nicole's situation. It's me. It's my whole life. It seems to be coming apart at the seams very rapidly.
What's the matter?
Well, Draper was away. Something happened that may haunt us for the rest of our lives.
You want to tell me about it?
God, I need to tell someone, and I know this may be the wrong time, but it has to do with Emily Michaels.
Oh, yeah, I thought Emily understood now who Draper was.
She knows exactly who he is. She knows that he is the father of her baby.
What?
Yes. She's pregnant.
Isn't another one of her delusions, you mean?
Oh, God, I wish that she's had a pregnancy test.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes, I was just as shocked when I found out. But I mean, that's stupid. I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised. They lived together for 6 months.
Well, all right. How are you and Draper going to handle it?
Handle it? I'm having trouble thinking about it right now.
Well, I know you're shocked, but I'll give you some advice. Take time to get over the impact of it, and don't make any rash decisions.
Well, I've already done that. I kicked her out of my house, and I told her I never wanted to see her again, but I meant it.
Well, look, I understand how you feel, but you got to consider the situation they were in.
I know. I cannot blame her for being pregnant by a man that she believed was her husband, but there's more than that, Miles. There's a lot more. She's scheming.
Oh, April, she's not going to hurt your marriage if that's what you're thinking.
She will if she can, and she told me so when she was still in the hospital.
Well, in the hospital, she wasn't...
I know. She wasn't supposed to be in her right mind. Well, in any case, she's in her right mind now. And I'm scared. Because, you know, Draper, he feels responsible for the baby, but more than that, he feels responsible to Emily. And that is exactly what she's counting on, and she's going to use it. She's going to use it against me, against us.
Here you are, Mr. Scott. Are you sure this is enough? I could make another half a sandwich.
Fine, Molly, thank you.
All right. Why, Emily, now what are you doing up here?
Well, you know how it is when you first move into an apartment. It takes a little while to get organized. I thought maybe I could come by and borrow some sugar.
You seem to have forgotten to come for the sugar. Emily, it's not a good idea for you to be here.
Molly, would you excuse us for a few minutes?
Oh, of course. I'll be in the kitchen if you need me.
Emily, you should have called first. I've got a lot of work to do.
Draper, you and I have to talk privately. And this is a perfect time.
Talk about what?
Well, now that there's no doubt about my situation, we have to decide what to do together. It is our baby, yours and mine.
I don't know what more you want me to do.
Well, could make an honest woman of me.
Oh, Emily, I am married, and what's more, I intend to stay married.
If that's the way you feel now, I understand.
I love my wife. I love her totally and completely, and that won't ever change.
I know you think you have to say that now. I imagine you're feeling a good deal of guilt.
No, Emily, what I say is the truth.
Well, don't worry. I'm not going to force you to make a choice.
There's no choice to be made.
I just want to hear you tell me that you won't desert us.
That's my husband. He's rugged, loving, and decaffeinated.
I decaffeinated him with this. New High Point. You see,
I didn't want him to have all that caffeine.
Ah, but she did want me to have flavor.
That's what's so great about High Point.
It has flavor.
Sure. See these flakes? They mean hearty flavor.
Really great flavor. She's terrific.
And he's decaffeinated.
New High Point from Procter & Gamble with the flavor to decaffeinate the ones you love.
Betsy smells funny.
That's baby smells. Smelly formula, sticky baby food.
Diapers.
That's ammonia. Baby laundry's a special problem. So instead of regular detergent, I use Dreft with enriched borax. It's specially made for baby laundry.
There's borax in grain after grain of Dreft. Dreft gets tough baby laundry clean and clean smelling.
Now she smells good.
Dreft cleans baby smells out of baby laundry.
Linda Carter must overpower a dangerous Nazi agent on Wonder Woman tonight at 6 o'clock. Then later, 3 bandits attempt to help a dying mother and her child to safety on 3 Godfathers. Tonight's movie at 8 o'clock on Channel 48.
I am not going to abandon you, Emily. I know what my responsibility is.
You're a good man, Draper. I knew you wouldn't abandon us.
I just can't help believe I'm being punished for another man's actions.
Why would you think something like that?
Because Draper Scott didn't do this.
Kirk Michaels and Draper Scott are one and the same.
No, they aren't, Emily. But I'm not going to make you suffer because of it. This whole mess happened because of one mistake.
Oh, no, it wasn't a mistake. You know what I think? I think it was fate that brought us together. I really believe that. Meeting you, the time we spent together, it was the best thing that ever happened to me my whole life.
Now you're going to have to start looking for other things.
Maybe if you stopped and looked back on that time that we shared, you'd see that it was a good thing for you, too.
No, Emily. This is nothing but an ugly problem that has no solution.
Draper, I hope you're not thinking that there's an easy way out of this.
What's that supposed to mean?
Make no mistake about it, I'm having this baby.
Emily, I never
This
suggest...
baby is going to be born. And if it's a boy, I'm going to name him after you.
Come on, Emily, stop it.
Draper, I want you to love our baby. Tell me you're going to love our baby.
What I'm going to tell you is that you'll both be taken care of.
No, that's not enough. I want our baby growing up knowing who his father is and being proud of you. And I want you to be proud of our little boy or girl, too. Oh, Draper, I'm afraid. I'm trying to be brave, but I'm getting awfully scared.
Don't give me that, Emily. You've handled things very well up to now.
No, I'm afraid that something's going to happen, and sometime you're going to decide you're not going to want anything to do with us.
That's never been a consideration, Emily.
Oh, I'm shaking, Draper. Please hold me.
Emily, no.
No, please. Tell
Emily,
me it's
stop.
not going to happen.
Emily.
When I first heard about Body on Tap, I thought, could a beer shampoo be that different? Well, in shampoo tests with over 900 women like me, Body on Tap got higher ratings than Prel for body, higher than Sassoon for healthy-looking hair. Now I use Body on Tap for fuller body and for clean, strong, beautifully conditioned hair. Body on Tap, it's a great shampoo. And try new beer-enriched Body on Tap conditioner.
Didn't go to school yesterday. Had a fever. Mom said.
Aspirin.
But today got a fever and a stuffy nose. Mom said.
Congesperin. It's got a fever reducer, plus it's also got
a decompressant.
Decongestant to unstuff that terribly stuffy nose.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
I feel better already.
Congesperin does more than aspirin or Tylenol. Reduces fever and relieves congestion fast.
Stay tuned for love and romance aboard the USS Princess on the Love Boat. Next, then join Herman and the rest of his freaky family on the Munsters today at noon on Channel 48.